day, everyone, especially to my research advisor and to the panels. Allow me to present to you my proposed research entitled Self-Instructional Module in Special Program in the Arts as Modality in New Normal at Lagao National High School. For months now, the entire world is in combat against COVID-19 pandemic, which results to many people who lost their lives. With this, our country and the entire world is facing new challenges brought by this unforeseen public health crisis. The government, together with the experts, are still on process of finding vaccine to help stop the spread of the virus. COVID-19 brought so many changes in our life and around the globe. This led us to continue our daily living under the new normal. In the Philippines, there are lots of changes occurred and new laws established and implemented by the government to help stop the transmission of the virus. One of these changes that our country is dealing with is the new learning modality in delivering instruction to our learners for this school year to continue learning among students amidst pandemic. The Department of Education is addressing challenges now in the basic education through Learning Continuity Plan, which will affect this coming school year that will start this August 24, 2020. Learning Continuity Plan is the major response of the Department of Education to ensure the health, safety, and well-being of the learners. According to Briannes, whatever is the situation of our country today, whatever trials we are facing, education must go on. Education and even our learners cannot wait. We continue with the procedure so we can give optimism and continuousness and add to the regularization of activities in the country. This coming opening of classes, face-to-face learning was not permitted by the President of the Republic of the Philippines. This is because the vaccine to fight virus is not yet available until now. The President really emphasized that until such time that there is no vaccine available yet, there will be no face-to-face classes to be conducted. With this, the researcher came up with a decision to conduct an investigation about the implementation of self-instructional module as modality in new normal. The researcher would like to determine if self-instructional module would be effective as learning modality for special program in the arts students, most importantly in the conduct of specialization classes, music, dance, theater arts, visual arts, and media arts. Since these classes are skill-based and it's the first time that specialization classes will be using this modality. The result of this research would give data and information to the education program supervisors, principals, special program coordinators, specialization teachers, and as well as the learners in addressing future difficulties on the implementation of this modality. The objective of the study is to determine the self-instructional module in special program in the arts as modality in new normal at Lagao National High School. Specifically, the study is guided by the following questions. Number 1, what is the profile of the students in terms of age, sex, educational attainment of the parents, and socioeconomic status? Number 2, what is the level of awareness of the students in the situation today about the pandemic involving the following: COVID-19, new normal, learning modality, and self-instructional module? 3, what is the effectiveness of self-instructional module as modality in special program in the arts in terms of theories and skills in specialization? Number 4, is there a significant relationship between the level of awareness of the students on the situation today about the pandemic and the self-instructional module as learning modality? Lastly, number 5, based on the findings, what strategy will be applied to aid the problem in delivering instruction to SPA students? This study looks empirically on self-instructional module in special program in the arts as modality in new normal at Lagao National High School, lends its significance in several areas. To the education program supervisor and SPA and school principal, that the result of the study may help to come up with a more effective modality that is favorable and easy for SPA learners to engage for a more productive and meaningful learning experience. For the school, the benchmark data that the study generated will be useful in determining the weakness of the modality. This may be along the gaps, the overemphasis, and the underutilized areas, or even the flaws or weak points of the methodologies and materials acquisition for teaching learning activities in special program class. To the specialization teachers in special program in the arts, that the result of the study may point more focused attention to relevant instructional goals, content, and methodology in teaching specialization classes in SPA students these times. The SPA students benefit largely from the results of the study in terms of the effectiveness of the self-instructional module as modality in new normal, most especially in the conduct of specialization classes. The information in that data from the study may point out the learners some serious gaps among modular learning and face-to-face learning. To the researcher, the study may bring an increased awareness and understanding of the problem in the learning modality and creates researcher the motivation to plan better for her teaching activities for SPA students. The results of the study help the researcher to plan for a more meaningful learning modality that will reinforce or compensate the difficulties of students with respect to continuation of learning under the new normal. For research, the study is important that it adds to the literature of looking at components of self-instructional module in special program in the arts as modality in new normal. Moreover, the baseline data on current undertakings relative to an important factor in the field of education in a place like General Santos City is a contribution on the study which hopes to add to research literature. According to Thomas and Therese 2015, a study about effectiveness of self-instructional module on knowledge regarding selected first aid measures among primary school teachers in Ernakulam district, self-instructional module meaningfully carried out improvement among school teachers in the knowledge concerning selected first aid measures among the primary school teachers. Exploration of data showed that there was substantial difference between pre-test and post-test knowledge. The theory stated is related to the present study in terms of the effectiveness of self-instructional module to be implemented. Just like Thomas and Therese 2015, the researcher would like also to determine if there will be an improvement in the knowledge and skills of the students in the specialization that the SIM may contribute and how effective it is as modality for distance learning under the new normal. Probably, the researcher in the present study would also like to adapt how Thomas and Therese treated the data to answer the questions of the study. A pre-test and post-test will be conducted to assess the effectiveness of self-instructional module for theories, and rubrics will be used to assess for the skills. Figure 1 shows a paradigm for self-instructional module in special program in the arts as modality in new normal at Lagao National High School. The researcher seeks to answer for the following questions, which are: number 1, the level of awareness of the students on the situation today about the pandemic. Number 2, the effectiveness of self-instructional module as modality in SPA. Number 3, the significant relationship between the level of awareness of the students on the situation today about the pandemic and the self-instructional module as learning modality. And number 4, the strategy to be applied to aid the problem in delivering the instruction to SPA students. These questions being raised should have corresponding answers. The researcher wants to find ways and means for its improvement. Such actions must be done by the school in order to improve learning modality for SPA students under the new normal. The school must provide other means that could enhance the delivery of instruction for this modality. An improved self-instructional module or engaging SPA students to online learning could be the possible outcome of such action taken. This can be achieved by giving the teachers a proper seminars and workshops on how to conduct classes online, especially in specialization classes, since it is skill-based learning, and also evaluating the teacher's methods and strategies as well as the teaching performance in teaching the subject concerned. To address the key research objectives, this research used both qualitative and quantitative methods and combination of primary and secondary sources. The qualitative data supports the quantitative data analysis and results. The result that will be obtained is triangulated since the researcher will utilize the qualitative and quantitative data types in data analysis. The researcher will determine the effectiveness of self-instructional module in SPA students of Lagao National High School and the significant relationship of the level of awareness of the students on the situation today about the pandemic to the implementation of self-instructional module in SPA students as modality in new normal. A pre-test and post-test questionnaire for theories and a rubric for skills will be used to collect the data from the participants. In this method of purposive sampling, two groups of equal competence, of which one group was taught by direct method and other was given self-instructional module to learn on their own. Post-test for both group and comparison of pre-test and post-test along with the scores in the skills using a rubrics will be analyzed. At this point, the researcher is now open for suggestions and recommendations from the research advisor and the panels to further improve the proposed research. Thank you.